Guess who's back, my guys?
Back again. Hello.
So, I hope you enjoyed that ASMR we did. That was so fun. We actually just recorded that 3 hours ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2 hours ago.
I'm just going to turn my phone off and put it to the side.
Yeah, I put mine on Do Not Disturb, but I didn't want to keep the whatever. So, today I made... So, listen, not everything I do is a win. Right? Not everything's a win. Some things are fails. I followed this recipe. This is the second or probably third. It's maybe been the third time. I followed a recipe and I was like, no. Something felt off starting it. And this is the third time. Something felt off starting it. And I was like, nah, chief. This ain't it, though.
Gotta try again.
So I kind of came up with this on my own. So this is shrimp. I actually use potato starch. So like potato flour to fry it. I could have used breadcrumbs. I might use breadcrumbs next time, because I do have plain breadcrumbs, but I liked it like this too. Anyway, or seafood bread. I use House Archery seafood bread too. Amazing. Y'all know I don't really fry stuff. This is like these videos are pretty much the only time I fry anything. Except the time I made the chicken katsu that y'all didn't see.
But that was it.
So anyway, I seasoned the shrimp. They already came peeled and deveined, but the tails are still on, which I think is cute. 2 pounds. I seasoned it with garlic, salt, white pepper, black pepper. Let that sit for a little while. Then I put in the potato starch that I also seasoned with garlic, salt, black pepper, white pepper. And then I fried it on 350 for 3 minutes in batches of 10, because I only use like a little saucepan pot thing. And there you go. But what we really wanted to get for this, we got this because we wanted to try this. This is garlic butter sauce. And the name of the woman behind this, she's actually based in South Carolina, and I've been trying to do a lot more like black food-owned businesses on this channel, or like just black-owned business, just black-owned stuff and stuff. It's actually in general. So, it is Sister Seafood and Soul, and they actually, if you're in South Carolina, where they sell seafood plates with this garlic butter sauce. So I'm excited. So if you live in, like I said, if you live in South Carolina, if not, you can buy their sauce. The sauce, I will try and link their Facebook page if I remember. Y'all know me.
I'll try and see if we can get that.
I swear I'm the worst. So, yes, garlic butter sauce. And they actually ship it with a cold pack. And it has like, if you get the bottle this size, which I think is 8 ounces, it ships flat rate shipping. You want to try it just by itself real quick?
Sure. And that's why we were able to order it.
And we got it in like 2 days because I'm in Chicago. Damn, that's good. It's interesting. This is not a flavor I think I've had before. It's funny because in a group, I'm in like a couple different foodie groups. Wow, this is really, really good. Bigger than I anticipated.
Okay.
In this foodie group I'm in, oh my God. Someone was like, oh, it tastes like a whatever sauce. And I was like, okay, well, I'll try it.
One more time.
I
think this
just
is
a
good.
little bit more.
I think this is good. Okay.
I'm just trying to get more out. There we go.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've never had anything like it before. And then I made this. It's actually based on Misha's Corner's recipe for her garlic butter rice. But I do a little something different. So in her recipe, she leaves the garlic really big. I chop up the garlic and I cook it in the butter for about 3 minutes on low. And then I throw everything in the rice cooker. Same measurements. I should use, but I throw everything in the rice cooker. Okay. And we can try this without it first. See how good it is. It's not super crispy, but it's good.
It's still kind of hot because just finished making this.
This is the side that just came out the fire. That's why.
I know. I realize that right now. As soon as I want to pick it up.
Okay. Put the shell on my plate. Wooden spoon, Joel. So it's not scraping. I'm going to the table. And the important thing is to season every layer. So seasoning. Season, like when you're seasoning, season the shrimp and then season your flour if it's not already seasoned. House Archery's already seasoned, so I tried it with it.
It's delicious.
Somebody's jumping the gun. And I just have water with a bunch of ice.
And I have watermelon Arizona with ice from the ice maker.
Yeah.
It's just delicious together. I like that it's really hot, actually, because it combats the cold, because you just took it out.
Yeah, we just took it out the fridge.
For the reason of we didn't want it to spoil.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't want it to be too warm because, like, I actually started cooking. It was funny. I started cooking a little bit before I thought I was going to need to cook, and it takes me a while to get some stuff done. Like the oil, the thing is with the oil, you have to let it come up to heat, and then cook the stuff in batches, but you also have to let it come back up to heat because the heat will drop. So this was 48 shrimp. And I did it in like 5 batches. Because I did batches of about 10 each. So
there's garlic in every component of this meal, and I love it.
that's true.
Except the drinks, but
That's true. But you know, I haven't noticed that, but
I noticed that like as soon as we pulled out the sauce.
garlic everywhere.
Gotta make it even better. This is
Garlic
really
everything.
good. This rice is really good too.
Mm-hmm. So the rice I knew would be a winner. I'd made it before, so. And I actually, so normally what I do, every day before I cook, depending on when we're cooking, I'll wash dishes. No, I'll put up the dishes from the day before. I'll clean up stuff, wash dishes, wipe down stuff, then get ready, get all my stuff out to cook. But this time I was like, you know what? Because I don't fry a lot, I'm still really apprehensive about it. What I'll do is it just takes me longer to get the fry stuff done because I'm always worried about what level to put the heat on. And I have a thermometer. I have like a deep fryer thermometer, but I'm still worried about like how hot does this go? What am I supposed to do? So,
What if this backfires?
So, but this time while I was washing dishes, I was getting the rice together. Because the rice takes longer, so yeah. Well, the rice was done part of the way through, but my rice cooker says even when it goes to warm, let it steam for a little while. So I always give it an hour. No matter, unless I'm cooking like half a cup of rice, like half a cup of raw rice.
It's usually like an hour.
Exactly, because it's like 45-ish minutes until it hits warm, and then you let it steam for 15. So I bank on an hour. There are times when I couldn't wait the hour, and it was still fine.
I was just a preference.
Exactly. I just try to make sure I give myself enough time. I should have got more rice.
I'm thinking that too.
I'm
thinking that too. You want some mine?
Nah, I'll take some later though. There's more rice. I just didn't take enough. I was like,
I'm definitely gonna be more focused on this shrimp. Probably, I'm not gonna hold you.
which is something I never thought I'd hear her say.
I really like shrimp though. The shrimp is really good.
Yeah.
Especially with the sauce.
I think for me, like, you know, I don't eat a lot of fried food, so I've had like 4, and then I had some. We shared one earlier. Mm-hmm. So.
I knew this was good, and I was like, I'm ready for the sauce. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah.
Dude, I love fried food. I eat it often, so.
Fried food makes me sick. Too much. It's just like pork. Like, I can't have too much pork. Can't have too many fried food because it's like, even though I cooked it, and thankfully I cooked it because then I can control what goes in it. Because, you know, a lot of fried food, and this isn't me getting on my soapbox, eat as much fried food as you want. It's just overly processed, and I can't have things that are too processed. So that's really what it is. It's not about it being fried. It's about it being super processed. So anything else that's super processed, I just can't eat that much. So what I'm actually going to have this with is I'm actually going to, because this is actually based on salt and pepper shrimp. I could get Chinese restaurant. So, as much as I love the sauce, I don't dip all the time. So I'm going to just send you with some bottles home.
Thank God, because I wanted to ask her, but I was like, wait.
Word for word.
I wasn't really thinking about
I can't stand you.
All right.
So each of these bottles was $5. And shipping was, I think, $9. It was $8.95 or something like that because it's flat rate and it's priority. And like I said, she puts the cold pack in it, and those aren't cheap.
No.
So
fast.
Huh?
It literally came in like 2 days.
I did. It came in 2 days. I was a little worried. Nope. Came in the mail in 2 days. Fit in my mailbox. 4 fits in my box perfectly because my mailbox is not big. I don't know about the mailbox at home because it's I feel like it might be bigger, but it's like it goes horizontally. So I'm just gonna send her home with some. I just need to make a list of something I'm sending you home with because I made hot sauce. You'll see that on my main channel, which is just my first name. I made hot sauce. I'm sending her home with some of that. I bought some other stuff. She did. She put all the
4 out of 5 of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I labeled one of my own, and she did. So the name was Whack or whatever. Anyway, but yeah. So I'll send you home with the.
Nobody's touching this sauce, by the way. I don't care.
Maybe
like one time. Maybe like one time I'm asked.
Nah. When it's almost done, because they're going to start. Let me tell you something about our family.
Please.
They will use stuff like it's okay. Like, if I bring in something from me, this is the thing. I'm not talking about like something huge. Like if this was a gallon, because she also sells, I think for local pickup, she sells really big ones, like half a gallon, 1 gallon.
It's just couldn't ship that.
Fine. That's 110% okay.
That's fine. Didn't ask you.
If it's on a share, it's just like me bringing in a gallon of milk. But if I bring in a bottle, like say I brought in a can of soda, where's my can of soda? Oh, I drank it. Get me another one then. Like a can of soda is meant for one person.
Always do, and you know exactly who are the 2 people who always do it.
Girl, yes. Anyway, one time, let me tell you this story. Story time.
Has nothing to do with this garlic butter sauce.
Continue. So Aldi's, I don't really like the bread from Aldi's Too Tough, except their Fake King's Hawaiian. Ooh, baby. It's so good. So I got some. And usually we have, there's a couple different chicken spots in our neighborhood, and they all taste different. It's all different. Different hand makes it different, huh?
Put some more rice.
1 second. I'm going to just eat that.
Because I'm definitely going to be going after this shrimp.
Well, what happened was, there's this one, the chicken is so... And like it's a real eating like fried chicken is a treat for me because I don't do it that often. So what happened was we got this place. We call it juicy chicken because it's fried hard on the outside, but it's still really juicy and moist and fully cooked and stuff on the inside. And we usually have that with the rolls that they give. And I was like, you know what, be great, because usually when they eat fried chicken, I don't eat that. I eat something else. Excuse me.
Fried food.
Exactly. I'll get like they like, you know, it's the halal chicken spot, so they still have the stuff they have at the regular halal spot. So I normally get the chicken plate, the lamb plate, the mixed plate, or oh my god, the shrimp salad at the one. The shrimp salad. Oh my god, the shrimp salad at the one near the house, like the one closest to. Actually, it's not closest to the house. Technically, they're all equidistant. So it's the one by Bravo.
I know what you're talking about.
The one by Bravo, yeah.
I know what you meant as soon as she said the one close to that.
Okay, because it's not super close, but it's easier to get. I feel like it's more convenient because I go there more often. That one that used to be Helen's Bakery, Miss Helen. She's not dead. She moved. So yeah.
Definitely need to clarify that.
Yeah. A lot of people I talk about aren't gone. They've just moved to other places, or they stopped doing. Like Crabman is still chilling. So anyway, back to the story as I tell this long story. So I go and I'm like, yo, I'm getting the fried chicken tonight. All right. So I think I got like a leg and a thigh or something, whatever. And I go, I'm like, let me chase it with the King's Hawaiian. You know it's gonna be delicious. And it was a 12-pack.
Did they eat all 12 of them?
I go and check. Child, there are 3 left of these 12 rolls.
My question is, okay, never mind.
And I literally screamed throughout our entire 2-bedroom apartment, who ate my rolls?
Where was I when this happened?
I don't even remember. And then I hear a door slam. And I go, so mad. I'm about to kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Okay. My mother's looking at me with a Cheshire Cat grin. I'm just like,
wait, I think I remember this.
Yes, you probably do.
This. I was in the room and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
And I was like, did you eat my roll? She was like, she looked at me. She's like, they were so good. I was like, you ate almost all of them. And she's like,
I hate when she gives that grin too. Like,
can I have the rest? That's what the fuck she said too. I was like, Can I have I didn't even have one. Let me tell you again. 12 pack. 9 were gone. 3 were left. And this is the fucked up shit.
Wait, all of that was the fucked up
Yeah, but
shit.
it was closed. The reason I never noticed that that mom had eaten from it is because it was closed. She closed it she closed it the same exact way I had closed it. So she closed the bag the same way. So I never knew anything was off. She put it back in the same spot. She closed it the same way. And that's how she knows people have touched her stuff, because they won't put it back the same way. I generally
She notices that really hard.
Exactly. Because usually she'll have something so precariously, if you don't put it right, it'll fall or whatever. Or it'll just be in the wrong place. She can put, she's like me. If my house might be a little bit messy, it's not dirty. It's messy, but I know where everything is. Because I remember where I put it. When I put it wherever. Sometimes I forget, but generally I go, no, it should be here. I'll put my hand on it. If someone moved it, then... Yo. That wasn't the first time either. Let me explain something to you.
No, yeah. She's definitely done this.
I make this thing called smoked white mac and cheese. And I call it that because I use smoked Gouda. And Gouda's mostly white. The smoked Gouda's mostly white. It has a dark rind. And I cut the rind off. It's edible, so I chop it up and then put it on the top. I use, I think, Monterey and Colby. I don't remember. It's 3 white cheeses. Make a bechamel, blah, blah, blah. It makes 2 9x13 pans. Okay. Story time. It took... I've never made it before. And I just made the recipe up. I was like, okay, I know I need this much cheese. I know I need this much bechamel, blah, blah, blah. Slaving all day in the kitchen. It took me, I think, a few hours to make it, because you still have to bake it afterwards. It took me at least 2 hours. At least 2 hours to make this, because we didn't have the food processor. I had to grate the cheese by hand. So I had to cut off the rind with a paring knife, grate all the cheeses by hand, and then do the bechamel sauce and make everything. Okay. It's cooling off. There's 2 pans. I put I think I had foil on it to just keep it covered before I was like, oh, let me cut it up. So Mom, she's like, oh, that's gross. It looks like there's bacon. And I was like, Mom, there's no bacon on this. It's really the Gouda. And I showed her the pictures. I didn't take pictures, but I showed her, this is what the Gouda looks like. This is what the rind looks like. I showed her on my phone. She's like, okay, whatever. And then I think I had cut a square. And I was like, oh, this is really good. And then I'd cut a square for her. And then she was still reluctant or whatever. But I went in the living room. I was like, whatever. I'm still let these cool down. I'm going to put one in the fridge and I'm going to put one in the deep freezer, because we have a deep freezer.
How much did she eat?
She ate an entire pan.
The whole pan?
Yes.
How
I literally cut a square. I wasn't in the living room long. I was watching TV. And that was back when I watched TV, because I don't watch a lot of TV now. So I was watching some cooking shows, just shooting the shit probably with my friends on the phone, being that nigga. And she put the foil back on the same way, because you walk, I went, go to the bathroom and get something to drink or whatever, just waiting for it to cool down so I could put it in the fridge. And I think I waited maybe an hour and a half, not very long, because the pans they weren't very tall. They're shallow 9x13 pans, so it wasn't going to take that long, right? And the oven wasn't on. The oven was off. It was a nice cool day. Nick, when I tell you, y'all, I was like, did you eat this pan?
She gives me that grin too.
Oh my god, that grin. That's what reminded me from the other video. She gives me that grin.
She always gives that sheepish look and smiles and pretends that everything is fine. She's like, oh. Or she's like, oh, I thought it was for me. She knew it
wasn't for her, by the way. She knew. Anyway. So I immediately double foiled the other pan and put it in the deep freezer. Because she wasn't going to take the effort to take it out, defrost it, and cut it up and then cook it. Or reheat it.
I actually have a story time about our mother stealing my food as well.
And then Raekwon will drink all the milk from up underneath.
Okay.
A gallon. He'll drink a gallon of milk in 2 days.
It's not just that. He always drinks my drinks anyway.
That too.
And our mother, those are the 2 people I was definitely talking about earlier too. It'll always be them. Because...
Oh, you took a sip. You took 3 gulps. It's gone.
Because if my father does that... he will always replace it.
Always
replace it. Or if not, he's like, he'll tell you, hey, I drank it. I'm gonna get you another one.
Yeah, and he will.
So, our mother, I had gotten Domino's, right? You know exactly what story I'm talking about, too. And I ordered this dessert called the cookie brownie. I'm the only person in this house that eats the whole fucking brownie. There's 9 squares, by the way. I'm the only one. Our mother was talking about, I don't want any of that, blah, 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 blah. I go into the room after I had just eaten my Domino's, like pizza. I come back out. I open my cookie brownie box, expecting to be some there. Why the fuck are there like 3 or 4 pieces gone? Meanwhile, the Domino's was ordered for me only because I was the only one in the house who wanted it. And I was like, what? She's like, oh, why are you gonna be so selfish? Why can't I have any? And I'm like, I don't care if you have any. The problem is you didn't tell me you ate it right up under me. And that was the first
thing.
Time
like, I don't mind shit. Like, let me tell you something. It's all anarchy in this bitch. Anything I have is yours. I don't care.
I don't mind either, but tell me.
Thank you. Because also, if you eat something from up underneath me, whenever something's low, this is my thing. I always, and I think part of that comes from like this poverty mindset or whatever, I'm always worried I'm low on something. So I keep an inventory. I have a freezer inventory. I have a pantry inventory for the most part. It's not that well kept, but I have a pantry inventory. I have a freezer inventory. I inventory my spices. I know when I'm running low on certain things. I actually will buy multiples of something. I'll put an X on the one I'm using, so I know when I only have one left. This is what I do. Like, I'm running low on vegetable oil. I bought 2 more vegetable oils. You know what I mean? Like, I was running low on flour. I have a 5-pound bag just waiting for me to open. Like, when I'm running low on sugar, I'll go buy in the bag. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I keep those things because I don't want to be caught unawares and without, especially like a critical moment. And I freak out about it all the time. I think that's one of the things I worry about most is never having enough. So, like, for instance, when I was in Bowling Green and I was, first time I'd lived alone, and I had a friend who's in distress just drop by. I had to make sure I had something. Like, you can't, like, for me, I just can't, like, if a friend needs to see me or is coming by, I need to have something, and the town's not very big, and most people drove except me, but I lived in the center of town, so you could just walk to my house. It wasn't hard. But it was just, like, the idea of not having when someone needs it, or when not just me needing it, but imagine somebody's like, they're hungry. Like, I've had friends who've had issues with food insecurity, and I'd be like, nah, man, I got food, you got food. Like, that's actually how me and Nino became friends, because there's one time he had this, like, big physics exam, and he had, like, been rushing and studying, and he hadn't been eating. He was eating some Skittles, my guy, for breakfast. Because he was so busy studying and rushing, and I had just came from the deli, because I was working at the Women's Center, I'm at one of my alma maters. I've gone to, like, a million schools, it feels like, at this point. So, I'm there, bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. You know what it is. From the deli. It's hot, too, because I got it when I got off the train, not when I got on the train. And he was just eating Skittles. I'm like, my guy, Skittles ain't breakfast. But maybe, I was like, maybe he needs the sugar rush. Maybe he had coffee. Because, we have coffee there. He had some coffee. We were just chilling there. And I was like, you ain't got nothing. Because usually he comes in, he has meals. He has food. But then that day, he was just like, I've just been studying. I was like, nah. Here you go. You know what I mean? Because I could go get some more food at some point. But he had been studying all day. It was finals time. And STEM is no joke. So he was just like, he was really in that mindset. He was really taking care of his mind, but he wasn't taking care of his body. And I was like, nah. Because I could figure it out. Like, because I was a grad student at the time. Most of my classes were at night and I worked in the morning. So there's a break in between in the afternoon. I could just go off campus real quick, wherever. Or I could get food delivered. It's nothing. I've got food delivered to that office before. Sometimes they get lost. But so that was that. And then I just started, and then while we was eating, we was just chatting and talking. We got to know each other. But nah, nobody ever got a little hungry. But it's not a matter of you eating it. One, it's a matter of you not replacing it. And you have the means to. That's one. But it's also a matter of you just eating from underneath me. Not saying it's being deceptive. I don't like deception. I don't like lying.
For me, it's eating it up underneath me. Like, if my mother drank my soda, I'm be mad. I'm going to want to replace, but I would be more upset the fact that she did it.
I mean, my thing is like you're trying to hide it. Like those 2 instances I mentioned, she was hiding it.
Oh, she was hiding
She
mine too.
ate it exactly
Sight.
like you ate them and then you put them back the same way I would put them, so I wouldn't notice.
Oh yeah, she put it right back on the stove.
Because had I the first time she ate the rolls, had I known, I'd just bought more rolls. I literally would just, and that's what I did afterwards. The next day I walked to Aldi, and I just bought 2 more packs of rolls. It was nothing. It's nothing.
And I think my favorite part is that she always says, I don't want your father especially eating shit up from underneath us. You do that all the time though. Like for me, I generally notice though when like someone or something has touched my stuff, kind of like my mother, but not to that degree. Mm-hmm. Just because I have an idea of, okay, how low was it before as compared to where is it put in the fridge now? Like if something's on the first shelf and it's moved to the second shelf, I'm a no. But if something's in the
But this is my thing, because I don't drink drinks like that. Like,
I know, but like in general,
that's why that usually doesn't happen to me. That I would notice,
but like let's say if something is just also if something's moved from the front of the fridge and moved to the back, I'm gonna notice that something was touched and something was shifted. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna notice that. Yeah. Thankfully, she doesn't go after my stuff that much unless we're sharing because we share a lot of snacks in the house.
Yeah. But that's another thing. Sharing is fine. Again,
I know sharing is fine, but and then the funny thing is, after I called, no, it wasn't funny. When I called her out about my cookie brownie, you know what she did the very next time I got cookie brownies? Like a week later, she did the same exact shit.
She said she didn't want any and then she ate them up?
Yes. So she's like, oh, da-da-da-da. And then she's like, oh, why are you going to get mad at me again? I'm like, I'm not going to get mad if I tell you can have some.
Right? Like, but this is, again, my thing. Like, tell me.
And it's
fine. Not an issue.
Or ask me. And it's like, how hard is it to ask? You open your mouth for everything else.
We're adults. We are adults.
She has money to replace what she ate.
That too. But like, we're adult. Like, I was an adult when this happened both times. It wasn't like I'm the one who bought the ingredients. I'm the one who bought the rolls. I'm the one who
made the food.
I'm the one who made the bechamel. Like, we are adults. So it was just like, it's just the thing that bothers me. And then she didn't even want to learn how to make it until, because that happened while I was living at home. She didn't want to learn how to make it until like maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah,
not even. Maybe like a few months ago. She's like, oh, I want to learn how to make the white baked mac and cheese. Right? That was another thing. Like, you could have learned to make it. It was just really upsetting, I think. It was disheartening. And my thing is, this is the thing that gets me about the soda and the drinks. You know, the only time I generally drink soda or juice at the house is when someone brought it in for the family, for the house. I didn't go out and buy sodas and drinks because I don't drink a lot of soda like that. Like, I mostly drink water. Or if I'm drinking a drink, there's only three drinks I don't water down. It's Tahitian Treat, RC Cola, and cream soda. That's it. Every other drink I add water to. I don't know what it is. It has to either have a lot of ice that's melted or water. Exactly. So only drink, and I sip that. That takes me a while to get through, right? So me bringing sodas in the house, me having whatever, that is something that is very rare. And if I do bring it, it's a can, because back home it's like 50 cents a can. I think it may be more than that now, but like, if I had the change, because I don't carry cash. If I had the change, all right, cool. I'm gonna go to the store, 50 cents on a can of soda. Boom. I think when I was a little kid, when I was younger, I would get the 50-cent sodas, the bottles of like Tropical Fantasy or whatever.
Oh my god, I used to get those.
And it takes me all day to drink those. Like a can I can drink in a couple hours, right? Sipping on it. Unless it's watered down, then I can drink it faster. But a bottle, like those bottles, and 50-cent bottle, nah. That would take me all day. Like, we would go to camp, I'd have it in the morning, I'd still have it at home at night when I came home after day camp. And I've always been like that with soda. And most juices, because they're not like fresh juices I can drink better. But like not homemade stuff. Again, it's too processed. But yeah, my thing is like, if I'm bringing a can of soda, when's the last time you see me bring a can of soda in? And when's the next time I'm going to even have 50 cents cash to get soda? Because I almost never went to the ATM. My bank was never by the house. Because your bank is close-ish to the house. My bank was like... My first bank was like... We live in the Bronx. I was in downtown Manhattan.
I know exactly what bank.
Exactly. And then my next bank was closer to the house. And I ain't never had no money because my bills was always right after I got paid. I had to buy my Metro card like that the day I got paid or the day after. So, and then the next bank after that, again, Midtown. That was in Midtown. And then the bank that I have for my business account, girls in a whole ass other, I don't even know what bus I have to take to get there. I took a cab. I don't know what neighborhood that is. I don't even know where I'm going all the time.
I'm so glad I have a popular bank.
It's not that they're not, well, mine, not that they've been bought, they're just not near the house. Like, it just, the ones have better rates for students. I was a student at the time, so, but you gotta travel for it. You gotta go where the deal is better. I couldn't have them taking money out of my account every month because I didn't spend a certain amount of money. What? I didn't keep a minimum balance. What?
Yeah, that's a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really know what else to say.
Taking money from people who don't have it, obviously. So, okay. Anyway, we're gonna go.
Yes.
That was a lot.
I'm full. But the sauce was amazing.
Yeah.
You saw me eating it, like, every second.
I'm gonna send you home with some.
Oh, yes.
So, it was, I'm gonna say the name of it one more again. It was...
Up close, but it looks like...
Sister Seafood
really
and Soul,
good.
based out of South Carolina.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, see y'all in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.